is up, everyone? It is your boy, Kevin motherfucking G. Right now, to this day, I just got done beating a 15-year prison sentence.
Peaceful protesters lie in the street corners.
We want the police to show that they care about us. Weed out the bad cops. And he's like, all right, go ahead, drop your pants.
I just see shit coming out. What the fuck?
He drops his shoulder down and he spears the ever-loving fuck out of this guy. Boom! Right to the ground.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
You're struggling.
I just ran out of spit at that very moment. Okay, that's better. My mouth wasn't moist. I wasn't moist.
You're moisturized?
Now I'm a little damp between my legs. Hello, welcome back to the Wondering Mind podcast. I of course am your host, Kevin G. And with me is the sidekick, the tiny penis having, large head having, head so round someone confused it with the bowling ball, Marie Guadalupe's.
What up?
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, just chilling on a Monday.
I'm drinking apple juice, by the way.
Yeah.
Puro apple juice. And welcome back to another great episode of the Wondering Mind podcast. All right, settle down. Today we have another great episode, as always. If you thought the week before was great, just wait till you hear this week's episode. We have a dramatic story. We have questions that need to be answered.
Really?
There's a homeless man that won't leave me alone, and much more.
Oh, wow.
But before we get into it, just know we got a sponsor. Guess who sponsored us?
Who?
Patreon.com/The Wondering Mind Podcast. There you will find exclusive video content for your viewing pleasures, early releases to the podcast, and maybe a one-on-one connection where you and I can get really, really acquainted.
Ew.
It's only apple juice, people. Drink your apple juice.
It sounded gross.
So, that's our sponsor. Shout out to the Wondering Mind Podcast. Patreon.com/The Wondering Mind Podcast. Please subscribe, support. There is a tier list. And, that's it. Let's just get into the story. You know, we're short on time and your mom's titties are longs. Huh. Is that funny? Huh? That make you laugh?
Yeah. Damn, look, this shit looks cool.
Maria, of course, is drawing over here. Wow. It looks like she drew a maze. We'll start off with a real good light story today. How's that? Ooh, I got a little greasy forehead. How's my greasy forehead look? You like that grease? It looks like someone dripped my forehead in a frying pan.
It doesn't look bad.
It looks like I was working at McDonald's and I just got off doing a 3-hour shift.
That's not even a lot.
It looks like someone just waxed the floor with my forehead.
Yeah, there you go.
It looks like Mr. Clean is halfway done with me.
Yeah.
It looks like a dog licked my balls and then my forehead.
I guess so.
And the story today, the first story of the day. Come on, take it easy. All right, let's get some apple juice in you.
Come on, you Chad.
This story takes place back when I was a 7th grader. Right, I was a petite child, very young, very astute, and in my opinion, quite handsome. And as in many of my stories, I was after something. And in this particular event, I actually got what I wanted. But was it really? 7th grade year. I was a young child, chunky, as many of you know if you're a long-time viewer of the Wondering Mind podcast. Chunky, fat child who transformed himself into a semi-chunky child.
No, I wouldn't say.
Look, I have anorexia, and she does want me to stop eating.
Mm.
I like bulimics. It's kind of my thing. Hashtag nope.
You're such a liar.
There I was, 7th grade. This year, I knew I had what it took. I knew this year I was going to join the basketball team. I knew that if I believed in myself and through hard work, determination, and just a wee bit of luck, that I would be able to join the team.
Mm-hmm.
The year prior, 6th grade, I failed to meet the qualifications that were demanded of me. Unfortunately, due to my horrible hand-eye coordination, no dribbling skills, the fact that I couldn't shoot 3-2 or even a layup, made me unqualified and unfit for 6th grade basketball. So 7th grade, I came back with a vengeance, right?
Mm-hmm.
I came back ready to fight. I was dribbling the balls, right? All summer I was practicing how to dribble the balls. I was shooting two-pointers, three-pointers over here. I was fucking schooling like old men left and right. And I knew that in order for me to be the best, I had to practice. And practice I did. And that year, it was basketball tryouts. Tryout.
Trio?
It's time for some tryouts. Ah, yeah. It's good stuff. Get some apple juice in your nuts. So there I was. I tried my hardest, you feel me? I was over there dribbling up and down the courts. My stamina is what was really failing me because, I was a chunky kid, so I had plenty of meat sagging off my body. So when I ran, everything jiggled except for my nose.
Like, wouldn't there be other kids that would be también like a little chubby?
Of course. I think I was the most fittest chubby guy ever.
Yeah. So would at least some of them keep up with you?
I mean, I'd look good compared to those chubby kids
Mm-hmm.
because they had a lot more meat than I did.
Yeah.
Plus, I was training over the summer.
Yeah.
So there I was, dribbling, shooting, passing. The passing was a little iffy. My passing game is not the best. I am not.
I could picture you with your long ass fingers trying to pass.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I try to pass it to you with my hands and it ends up like fucking 2 feet away from you. But I got it more or less under control this day, right? It was pretty good. Because what happened?
What?
After the end of tryouts, the coach put a hand on my shoulder.
Sorry, Kevin.
He breathed in a deep, deep breath. And then just let it out. He whistled a little bit out of his nose. He had a booger.
Mijo.
And then I was like, that's when I was worried. I was like, oh no, I didn't make the team, senor. Not again. My family will be ashamed. I will have to go back to Mexico and sell chiclets on the side of the road and clean your window.
You fucking swear.
Please, I need to make the team, senor.
You're right to the point.
Please, I cannot sell chiclets second. I cannot.
Okay.
You like that?
No.
You guys were a little late to laugh, but it's okay. I know you guys liked it.
It's so lame, you know that?
So, as he was breathing out that deep breath, I knew one of two things was about to happen. I was that's a hard word. I was either going to make the team, or this is where your boy's nuts and wings finally get cut, and I realized, basketball just ain't made for a G. And in that moment, there was only one thing on my mind. You know what that was, Maria?
What?
Sweet, sweet victory. because he said, "Congratulations, Kevin. You made the fucking team."
Really?
I was molested that year.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, anyways. So, did he really tell you that?
No, you're not going to ask about if I was really molested?
Oh, you know.
Yeah, I made the team, girl. I made the team. D-team. Holla, holla. D-team. Hi, hey.
Same.
If you guys don't know what D-team is, D-team is the worst team.
Yeah,
But you're still on the team.
like, don't they basically create a team?
They
for
fucking
you?
made a D-team. It was
Yeah.
only A, B, and C. You know, A being the best, B being the second best, C being the third best. But there was too much fucking average Joes that they're like, yo, just fucking give them their own fucking tournament. So, D-team, holla, holla. The only reason I was on the team is because I was tall and they used me as this one thing called a post,
Yes, same
which
here.
I don't, to this day, don't even know what it is. They just told me to stand right there and cover.
That's what you are, baby.
So that's what I did. It's 420. Ha. I forgot what I was telling about this. Oh, okay. I'm back to it. Okay, yeah. I made the team. It's because this apple juice is hitting me strong, man.
Wow.
Fucking Welch's. I don't know what you're putting in your apple juice, dog.
It's good.
But keep doing it. I made the team. First day, right? I think, I'm excited and I'm happy. I'm beyond the fucking roof. I'm ready to fuck a man.
Mm-hmm.
That's how excited I am. But little did I know what I was really in for. Actual hard practice.
Oh, man.
You know, practice is what the fuck is he doing? Cheech. Hey,
Hey!
kill him.
Shut up.
Look, that's what he does in the middle of the night. Kill him. Stab him. Stomp on his neck. You could hear him screaming. Maria's strangling him right now. She has a foot on his neck.
Asshole. Did you see that?
What happened?
He was gonna throw a paw at me.
And you got Fido over here fighting.
I felt his wind.
It's all crazy. You can see it live on youtube.com/The Wondering Mind Podcast. There you can see daily, bi-weekly uploads.
Yeah.
Practice. And in practice, they had us running laps around the fucking basketball court. See, like round and round and round. You spin my head right round.
That brings horrible memories.
That brings memories of 1982 when I was just a wee child and Grandpa Boris was a little too frisky with me.
You were saying this other story?
So, I was running, and you get real hot, right? You get hot. Young childs get hot and sweaty when they're running, and underage children get really hot and moist.
Especially boys.
Their nipples get really chafed, looking voluptuous. And oh, excuse me. Right? You get really hot and sweaty.
Mm-hmm.
And what do? Right?
Yeah.
You showered is the answer, but we had this thing called two-a-days. I'm sure many of you are aware
What?
of what two-a-days are.
No.
You don't know what two-a-days are.
No.
You guys didn't do that for soccer.
No.
Well, what two-a-days is, you have to practice 2 a day. 1 in the morning and 1 after school. So in 7th grade, I didn't know that I had to do a morning practice. Nobody told me about that. So guess who was doing two-a-days
You.
for not that long?
Oh, really?
I went to a two-a-day. I went to a morning one. This is the one story that is going to blow your mind. I went to a two-a-day one time, right? The morning practice, there I was. I woke up 5 a.m. because school started at 8. So we got practice at 5:30. I woke up. I remember that day clear as day, man. Literally, I remember. Luckily, this is not the trailer park that we used to live in. We upgraded to the house that is closer to the school. So, that's one thing going for me. I used to live like a mile and a half away from school. Now I just live like a block. The block is hot. That was funny. That was for me. 5:30 is practice, so I had to wake my happy little ass up at 5 a.m. I get up, I'm not used to waking up at all. I'm in 7th grade. I'm not a fucking full-time job motherfucker.
Yeah, that's when the adults wake up.
That's the time my pops be up fucking drinking his coffee.
That's you. You too.
Now that's me. In 2021, that is me.
Right?
But in whatever year that was, 7th grade, young Kevin G, that was not me. Early 2000s, baby. Probably 2002 or 3. Shout out to the trees. I woke up groggier than a motherfucker. Mouth still fucking dry. Dick harder than a mother. Underage penis harder than a motherfucker. Balls were still pink at this time. No puberty. I had to take a piss, so I whipped out the old hard cock, released the load, and then went to practice. And me being me, not used to going to actual physical activity, especially with teammates, I waited at the door because I didn't want to go inside. I was like, I don't want to be the only one inside. So I waited outside in the cold because did I forget to say this all happened in December?
No.
Because this is when basketball starts over here at least.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah, there was snow on the ground. It was freezing. So I walked my happy little ass to school in the freezing cold. I waited there for like 5 minutes. Nobody showed up. So I said, fuck it, I'm going to just go inside because apparently you're supposed to walk inside. Everyone knows, but I was nervous because it's my first day.
Mm-hmm.
First day out.
Doing activities.
Yeah, doing basketball. I didn't even think I was going to make the team. I'm like, I didn't even think I was going to make it this far, guys. And now here I am on my first day of 2 days. I enter.
Mm-hmm.
I see everybody's already on the fucking court.
Yeah.
They're already practicing up and down. Man, I'm thinking about this. I haven't thought about this in a minute. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm starting to have like PTSD. I'm a little nervous. I walk in there. And you know how the middle school is? They have like the snack room right there.
Mm-hmm.
I went through those doors, where they have the snacks. And then there's the locker rooms inside. And then I see them running back and forth on the court.
Oh, so sad.
Yeah, and I'm nervous. And then I show up to the court. They're like, Guerrero, what are you doing? Get dressed and get on the court. I guess I was late. Early is late. I wasn't early. I waited out there, so that was like maybe 10 by the time I went in. And practice was at 5:30, but I guess they were warming up. I didn't get it. You get me? You said 5:30 is when practice is, but they're warming up earlier. Who would have thunk it?
Mm-hmm.
So I go in the locker room and I get dressed. I'm all nervous, putting my little calzoncillos on. My little tanguitas. I'm all nervous. I got my little shorts, long shorts. DC shoes on.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Do the drills, dribble, whatever. First day of practice, hella hard because we all practice together, A, B, C, and D.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was dying and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I was all tired.
Did you cry?
I wanted to.
You should have.
So I got...
Was there any other gordito?
No. Yeah, D team. Yeah, my team, they were all the fucking misfits. There was a dude, with an eyeball missing. There was another, there was a half.
Do you think they accepted you guys just because?
They accepted us because they were probably like, yo, you guys have to, get some more people. Because the whole, not only your school, every other school has a bunch of horrible kids.
Yeah.
How about you just get the best of the worst?
I believe it.
Yeah, so then I was getting hella sweaty, very sweaty. My pits were stanking. My nuts were completely shaved. My asshole was, ooh.
Ew, that's a nasty how little kids smell.
Yeah, I smelled like B.O. And then, we finished practice, 7:30, 30 minutes before school started.
Mm-hmm.
And then, they expect you to shower, which is another thing I didn't know you had to do. So I was in that bitch after practice, and then I see people going into the shower buck naked. And then I'm like, like nervous because I wanted to shower because I stank. Like I'm horrible. And then I didn't want to get naked though.
Yeah.
I was scared. I was like, I don't want to get naked.
You didn't want to show your wiener?
I didn't want to show my wiener. I didn't want to fucking be in the shower with other dudes showing their wieners. You know, I'm like, what is this, prison?
Were they like, did they like spank each other's butts and stuff?
Yeah, they were over there flicking each other with the towels. You know, they're white boys. You're like, oh my god, Chad, stop. You're silly, stop. And then I'd be like, fuck, this is not my groove over here. But I said, I got to shower, though. I stank. It's not like I'm going to run home and shower because I only had like 30 minutes. So I take off my shirt. I take off my pants, my socks, and I leave my boxers. And I go towards the shower.
That's not bad. I mean, that's what some girls would do, too. Like, that's what we would do.
And then I start showering with my boxers on. Because I'm too nervous to take them off. And then they're looking at me like, hey, you're not taking your boxers off? And then I'm like, no, I know. I'm okay.
You should have been like, I ain't gay.
I should have. But I didn't. I was like, no, I'm not. They're like, why? Just take it off. Like, you're going to get it all wet. I'm like, I'm like, why you guys checking me out in the first place? Mind your business.
You should have been
Fucking
like,
Chad.
I got another pair.
Like, listen, I don't want to embarrass y'all boys, is what I should have said. But I said, no, that's okay. A little more firm. Let him know. Like, oh, whatever, man. So then they left me alone, and I was just showering in there. Didn't have any soap because you have to bring your own, apparently. So I just got wet. Spread the stank all over my body.
That's fucking gross.
That's all I ended up doing, putting stank all over my body and then getting my underwear wet. And then I go back, I didn't even have a towel. So I just used the shirt that I was working out with. So it's like the stank is even more. I just reintroduced the stank onto my body, which I just fucking washed, supposedly. It was horrible. And then I'm like, fuck, this sucks. And then I'm going to have to put my pants on, but I'm like, I don't want to free ball it. Like, I don't know. I didn't want to leave my underwear.
Why? They were wet.
I know they were wet, completely soaked. And then I'm like, I'm gonna just put my pants over them and let them dry. So I just left my wet boxers on, put my pants, and then as I'm leaving the locker room because we have to wait outside so they could let us into the middle school. So as I'm heading out, I look down and I see that my pants have changed color where my boxers are. I was wearing blue denim pants, South Pole, shout out to South Pole, light blue, and then where my boxers are wet are all dark blue. So I have a huge dark blue mark all around my underwear line. And like I said, it was freezing cold. So as soon as I step outside, guess what happened? My nuts. Oh my God, it's so fucking cold. I had to wait out there for like 20 minutes.
You could have gone home.
I could have done a lot of things, but I waited there for 20 minutes with my nuts freezing.
Damn.
And I was horrible because I was like, I fucking hate 2-a-days. This sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to cry. But I just waited there, and then as soon as they let us in, I went rushing back inside, and I just left my boxes like that. And my ass was hella, rosado. Yeah, like my ass was chafing like a motherfucker. I was just walking up and down them staircases.
And nobody said nothing to you?
Mm-mm.
No teacher said nothing?
Nobody said nothing, and I left the seats wet. It looked like I was on my period. But yeah, that was be careful what you wish for. You might just get it. Long story short, I ended up leaving. No, I stuck it through actually. I stuck through 7th grade year, but I didn't shower again. But then again, we didn't really play much. Like the only time we played is if they had another D team. If not, they would like throw us into C team, and we would just be bench warmers. So like you would be on for like a little bit, or like 5 minutes, and okay, get him out of here. So they had to get like every child in for play. But I mean, yeah, I just like practiced with them and got like 5 minutes of playtime.
I remember that.
But I think I already told that story where I made a shot. Everybody had their spirit fingers up.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy. Go through the catalog. That was a quick light story, just a little light story to lighten the load.
I too was on the D team.
Yeah. We have a real good one, right? Here's a good one, right? This is another one that takes place back in my youth. This is back, I would say, when I was, I was definitely a ninth grader. Because at this time, I was training 2 whippersnappers, right? One being my younger brother, Mankey, and the other one being a young cat called Noe. And supposedly I was in shape in ninth grade because I was the chunky kid in middle school, but I deflated because... Oh, I dropped my phone.
You dropping shit again?
Because during my high school year, I wanted to get skinnier, so I started working out and I started running, so I got a little skinnier, and supposedly that's all it took for them to see me as their sensei. Really? So young Emmanuel and young Noe said, how do you work out? Can you show us? And I was more than ecstatic to show them how I did it. So I had them running laps around the trailer park. This is when we lived in the trailer park. I had them run laps. I didn't join them. I just waited for them.
Really?
3 times around the trailer parks. That's about like a mile at least. And then when they got back here, I had my mom's VHS tapes. She had like aerobics exercises. So like there was just like, the ladies, it was an 80s DVD or an 80s VHS tape. It was like they had the 80s look, you get me? Like the
whole tights.
The tights, the socks, the fucking hair, the bungee things. And then I had them watch that video. And then we did 30 minutes of that, just like curl ups and whatever, doing that little exercise. I was like, all right, come on, guys, you got it.
Like, did you even do it yourself, though? Like, when you were losing weight, did you do that?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would be doing. That's how I lost weight.
Aerobic?
I lost it because of this. Look, he's up there again. Put him in the room. This motherfucker naughty as fuck right now.
Because the kid was chasing him.
Yeah, I was doing aerobics.
So you lost weight doing the aerobics?
Aerobics, and I think it was 30-day abs or something like that. It was an old VHS tapes. I was like 30-day abs. And I did that VHS tape religiously. I'm gonna beat the shit out of these cats. I'll be back.
Get him.
Fuck! Again, always with this shit.
You're always dropping it. ¿Qué pasa? Yeah. And that's how it is, everybody. You know how Kevin is. Always dropping shit.
So you can still hear it?
You think it work? Yeah.
That's 3 for 3 videos that I be dropping shit.
I know.
I gotta get a better fucking stand thing over here.
Pues ¿por qué no?
Okay, could you hear me? Okay. Fucking cats, that's what happens. You gotta stomp them out. That's all I'm saying.
You close the door. This shit hurts my ears. My ear holes. Oh look, I did a character.
Wow.
You like?
I like it. Where was I?
You're talking about basketball.
Nope.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. You being in 7th grade?
Jeez, I forget what it was. Fucking cats. Oh, my brother's working out.
Oh.
So I had them, right?
Yeah.
And then I had them do the 30-minute abs,
Mm-hmm.
which was a killer workout, a killer VHS tape. And then, after all that exercise, I had them drink one thing, one tiny little product.
Can I guess?
What is it?
It could be like some eggs, some raw eggs.
That we did drink some raw eggs. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was part of it.
So there's more.
That wasn't every day. That was just, they tried it, but they couldn't handle it. So what we ended up doing instead was mixing a raw egg with the Coke. So we'd put the Coke. We'd put a we'd put a raw egg in a glass of Coke, and then they'd drink it because that was easier to get down. And it's pretty good. I don't know why we would, like, not even working out, we would just start doing that. I don't know why. Now that I think about it. Yeah, we just put a raw egg inside of a Coke and then drink it. It tasted funky. I don't know why. But the main thing I had them drink was laxatives.
What?
Every time I had them drink this one, like, high fiber, like, laxative. It was an orange bottle. And I'd always put, like, a huge fucking spoonful into their water. And then I'd make them drink it. And then they'd go like, this tastes good. Because it tastes like orange. But, like, every time, like, 10 minutes later, no, he'd be like, I gotta go home, guys. And then you'd see him rush to his house. He'd be having explosive diarrhea.
Yeah.
He'd be like, he'd be losing weight all right. I didn't know this was laxatives. You get me? I didn't know what laxatives were. And then my bro, the same thing. He'd be in that bathroom. Ooh, I'm working out. And they'd be having a real good workout with Uncle Kevin over here.
Really?
And yeah, to this day they didn't know. I think they might know it by now that the orange bottle, they still sell it. Orange bottle, get your fiber in. But I got them to lose weight one way or another.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I got them to lose weight without knowing there was laxatives. But who knows? You think the workout they were doing didn't help?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely got sore from me making them work out.
Yeah.
How about we tell a real good story,
Yeah.
right?
What is it?
Let me just make sure to start it over. All right. Now, I just had to start it over because if you know, this camera will die after 40 minutes and we were at 30-some minutes. But this story, right? This story is for the real OG listeners who listen all the way to the end, right? I always bring you a treat at the end. I always have the best of the best. Well, I might just have a little something for you. This happens to be a time, one of the times when I was locked up. All right, this time happened to be one time when I was still new to being locked up, right? This is like maybe the second time. And like I was terrified. And I had a cell all to myself, right? And what I was seeing was they wouldn't let people out, right? Like everyone at the same time. You would have to go. One person takes a break, then the next person could go out and watch TV or just walk around.
Damn, so they didn't let everybody?
No, it was like solitary confinement for everybody.
Damn.
And then I guess like everybody was watching a football game at this time. And I'm not watching football. What the fuck do I care about football? And so everybody had their turn, right? Everybody just kept it on the same channel. You could change it if you wanted. You got the remote, but nobody wanted to. And then my time comes rolling around. And then I'm like, I don't want to watch football, right? I've been locked up for like maybe a couple days now. And then I'm like, fuck this football. So I changed the channel.
Of course you do.
And guess what guess what I changed it to? What I watch? It's a movie.
Is it what type of movie?
It's
Scary?
a stoner movie.
Friday.
No.
How high?
Mm-mm.
Half baked.
If you guessed Pineapple Express.
I was just gonna say the other one.
That is correct. They were playing Pineapple Express. I forget on what channel. It might have been TBS or whatever. But I change it and I hear, "Hey, change it back." Right? They're yelling at me, "Change it back." Because I guess they were intensely watching. You could see them sitting on their bed frames. Because when you're locked up, they have like bunk beds. Your homie's all right on top of you jerking it, and I'm right below jerking off to him. And they're like, "Change it back." I see like this huge buff, bald, tatted up guy at his window, shirtless. "Hey, change it back." He's looking at me, but I wasn't scared somehow. I was like, "You can't get me. You're locked up." Like, that's what I was thinking, because I was laughing, because I'm like, "You're like a monkey right now, just like me when I'm locked up." And then I'm like, it's my turn to play with the banana. So yeah, they were just yelling, "Change it! Hey, we've seen this already. Change it back." There were like 3 people. And then I'm like, well, fuck it, what are you gonna do? You can't do nothing. So I just watched. I got an hour of TV time. So I watched an hour of Pineapple Express.
Yeah.
And then I was just walking around the fucking cell. Meanwhile, everybody's like, "Man, fuck you." Like, just talking shit to me because I wouldn't change it back. But I just didn't even look at them, to be honest. I heard them, but I just kept walking around the block. I'm like, fuck you guys. I'm too tired for this shit.
Right.
And then when I go back, the next person, I think I gave him courage.
Yeah.
Because he didn't change it to the football game either.
Really?
But he did change Pineapple Express. He changed it to something else, like American Pawn Stars or something. And then that bald guy was like, "You guys fucking suck." But yeah, he didn't change it back to the football game.
Damn, it's because he saw that you weren't intimidated by no dude like that.
No, yeah, it was better than football though. I fuck that. But yeah, that was another quick story. Right.
It's pretty cool. I like it.
I think we're gonna do one more. Now that we're on law enforcement type of shit, how about we bring it back? Right? It's gonna be like, wow, Maria's drawings over here. You can see them on Instagram.com/Patreon. Instagram.com/The Wondering Mind Podcast. Podcast is spelled with a 0. There you could see Maria's artwork that she's doing while this podcast is being recorded. This story takes place, again, this podcast happens to be all about my middle school years. Again, middle school. Probably 6th grade. I would say 6th grade for sure. Because that's when I was still young, dumb, and naive. So I go to school on this day. Nothing eventful, right? Just another day of school, of me half paying attention to the teacher, half paying attention to her breasts. Shout out to Mrs. Summers. You were a real princess to me.
What?
And after school, I got a little thirsty, you feel me? This is when I lived in the trailers for sure. I had to walk my happy little ass from the trailer parks all the way to middle school, which was about 1.5 miles. Starting to sound like an old man when he starts. "Back in my day, we used to walk 7 miles just to get an education."
Exactly.
And now I'm like, back in my day, I used to walk 1.5 miles just to fuck. And I was walking back, right? Halfway point to this middle school to my house is Casey's General Store. Casey's General Store is... well, damn, this apple juice is fucking gassy.
It's got you. I need some apple juice, boo.
I got some in the fridge for you. But the halfway point is Casey's General Store, which is a gas station convenience store where you can get pizza, hot Cheetos, gasoline, scratch tickets, and if you stick around long enough, a hooker. So I didn't stick around long enough, unfortunately. I went inside, and being the broke Mexican that I was, scrounged up enough money, enough fucking dough to get me. What do you think I got?
You got in Arizona.
That is 100% correct, though. Ding, ding,
really?
ding, 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 ding.
Y'all already know. I know you.
That was when I wanted to get a little Arizona. So, Arizonas are a drink. Everybody knows what Arizonas are. If you don't know what they are, well, what are you doing here? Go get you an Arizona. I grab it. My favorite happens to be the mango. Mango Arizona for the win. I head to the cash register. I hand the little old lady my can. And she's like, here, let me put this in a sack so it doesn't get hot in your hands. So she puts a little brown bag, sort of like this.
Oh, yeah. I think you told me this before.
She puts it in a little brown bag, hands it to me. I'm like, thank you. Right? Being the 6th grade young, naive child that I was. I still got another, like, half a mile to walk to my trailer park. So I'm like, yeah, this lady gave me a nice brown bag so my drink don't get hot.
Just so innocently.
Yeah, so I start walking, la, 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 all happy, drinking my little Arizona. And that's when I see a squad car. Right? I just see him bust a U-turn. I was right beside the car wash place. And then he just comes in hot. Like, hey, you stop. I'm like, it's 6th grade, you know, right? I know really not much interaction with the cops. Scared. I'm like, what? I'm scared. He's like, stop. He's like, what do you got in your hands? And I'm like, it's Arizona, it's juice. And then he comes and grabs it, snatches it out of my hand. And then I was like, what are you doing with this brown bag over it? And then I'm like, they gave it to me like that. And he's like, you can't be walking around like this. And then I'm like, okay. Like, I didn't know what the fuck what he was talking about. Like, you can't be walking around like this. And then I was confused. I'm like, the brown bag is bad. The brown bag. And I'm like, but the lady gave it to me so my drink wouldn't get warm. He just ripped it off, and he said, don't be doing that. And then he's like, okay, get out of here. I was like, what the fuck?
What the hell?
So I was like, I was confused, scared. I shit myself. I was a little turned on. And then I walked back home, confused, shit myself, a little turned on. And that's that.
Really?
And that's that. Any questions?
That's it. Like, doesn't it just...
That's it. He told me to leave. He snatched my bag, threw it away. Told me to never do that again. And that's the story of a brown man walking across the street. That was a brown boy, by the way. But that is where we are going to end the podcast. Stop it. You're making me blush. We'll be back this Friday with another fresh, spectacular, extremely sexy podcast. Yeah. But if you can't wait, Instagram.com/The Wondering Mind Podcast. Podcast is spelled with a 0. There you can find daily uploads by me, myself, and Irene. Irene being my alter ego. Patreon.com/The Wondering Mind Podcast happen to be our sponsor. Thank you to them and everybody from that team. Hey, maybe we can get a shout out on your Patreon.
What?
If you want more content, my second YouTube channel is more of an adventure vlog where you see me, myself, and Maria. Full body. Maria is actually in the video. She is not just a voice. And you could see what I look like standing up. You could see my cock. If you're lucky. If you frame by frame it, you could see the full shaft. In one of the videos. I'm not going to tell you which one. You have to watch all of them and go frame by frame. Upvote. Like. And I'll be back Friday, twice a week. Tell your mom I said hi. Other than that, you got anything to say?
Tits. Whoa. I ain't got to say nothing.
All right. On that note, we'll see y'all motherfuckers Friday. Enjoy the apple juice, bitch.
Bye.
That's where you hit the button.
I forgot.